am Taylor Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we're playing Sentimental Trickster. It's been a while and I apologize. I had a hectic schedule and I wasn't able to record anything. But I'm back. I missed everyone. Yay. So onward towards our recap. Okay, so previously we got asked out to a hotel by cool guy and that made it super awkward around him. We also found out not only is he a superhero disguised as janitor, but he's a paramedic and a bouncer, and sadly only spends 1 or 2 hours a day with his sister whom he's the guardian of, which is sad. And for a date he took us to one of his jobs as a bouncer at a nightclub, which we are not currently in, but we're pretending we are. And we're pretending to be gangsters because this guy is being mean to a waitress, and that's kind of where we left off. Alright, let's continue. You're bluffing. Okay, fine. I tried to be nice, but I guess it can't be helped. Jin whips his phone out and starts dialing a number. I arch an eyebrow, smirking with what I hope appears to be confidence, but I honestly don't know what we're going to do here. If you won't go away, then I'm going to have to call someone to extract you and your fingers and toes and... Hey, Hideo. Yeah, I'm at the club. The Pissants still here. He lets out a huge faux sigh. I know, this is annoying, okay? But he wants to keep harassing the boss's girl, and you know what has to happen. You know I'm not equipped to... He puts his hand over the receiver and looks at me with a wicked grin. Hideo wants to talk to you. Eh? Fine, hand it over. Who did he call? Did he call his sister? Is he just saying all this to his sister right now? I grab the receiver and prepare myself for whoever is on the line. Yeah? You called the weather people? With a chance of showers in the early AM, tomorrow's morning sunrise is scheduled for 6:40 AM. I almost start laughing. It's so ridiculous. He called the National Weather Line? I mean, great cover, but what am I supposed to say now? Hideo, you know as well as I do that this isn't gonna fly. Get the shark on the phone. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care if he's got food poisoning. I don't want to be dealing with this jerk all night. I paused for dramatic effect. Hey, look, I know you're not going to like this. Hey, I know. You didn't want to go anywhere tonight. It's not our fault. I turn slightly away and mock whisper loud enough so they will still be able to hear. I know about the IBS, man, and that's rough, but the boss is not going to like knowing this guy is still going after his chick. And what kind of scenario are we coming up with right now? Yeah. Oh, no. My eyes go comically wide as I pretend the person on the other end has said something horrible. So we're gangsters when this is happening? I guess a gangster is still a person. Yeah, of course. I'll give him one last chance, and if he doesn't comply, well... Okay, I'll call you back in 10. Good luck with that. I look over at Yuta and grimace like I wouldn't want to be him for anything in the world. Well, looks like you have 2 options. Jin is grinning expectantly, wondering what I'll come up with. Yuta, on the other hand, looks skeptical but fearful. I need to sell it. Yeah. The shark really doesn't want to come down. I would normally say this, but he's having certain issues that make it hard for him to stay away from the restroom. So, you should heed our warning and leave peacefully. Now, leave the girl alone. And if I don't? I sigh dramatically and look at Jin. We'll call in Hacksaw, yeah? Yep, and if he comes down, well... What he's trying to say is that it might be hard for you to hold anything in the future. The blood drains from the guy's face. You're lying. You want to keep messing with her? Be our guest. Like I said, we're just trying to be nice. At least a little bit of courtesy before anyone has to get to the nasty stuff. But if you want to go through the rest of your short life watching your back. You guys are nuts. We are. We're not Yakuza, but we are crazy for trying to do this scenario. The man gets up and heads towards the back door. Jin cranes his neck, indicating that we should follow. We start heading out after the guy, but I see the waitress watching. Quickly I make my way over to her. Hey, do you know his address off the top of your head? Yeah, why? Just making sure that he never bothers you again. Write it down for me. She scribbles it on the back of an order receipt, and I dart down the door after him and Jin. Outside in the alley, I'm so bothered by the fact that the background hasn't changed at all. Outside in the alley, the guy looks ready to start throwing punches, and Jin grins over at me. There's no way I believe you. Setsuko's my girl, and she always will be. I don't care if some other guy wants her. You better watch what you say. Or what? 34 Sonomiya Cho, apartment 83E. Yuta's eyes widen in terror. For a moment I feel terrible, then I remember he won't leave this girl alone. How do you know my... We all know your address, and if you don't want Hacksaw waiting for you, you better forget about Setsuko, here and now. She's better off without you. Because if you don't... We all look at each other and shake our heads. Oh, when will this scene end? It's better to let it go unsaid. Fine, I'll go. Just call off your dogs or whatever. They're Shark and Hacksaw, thank you very much. Jin whips his phone out and texts someone, probably his sister. Still, it does the trick. It's done. Don't show your face around here again. Next time, you won't get off so lucky. Or with as many digits in place. The guy runs off into the night, and as he disappears, we burst out laughing. That was ridiculous. Oh my goodness. It was amusing, but ridiculous. See? There was nothing to it. Easy peasy. I just hope he doesn't bother your coworker again. After a performance like that, he'd be nuts too. After all, he thinks that she's the girl of a mob boss. He must be pretty dumb if he thinks we're Yakuza. We're not even in suits. Well, I have some piercings and you have some crazy hair. Maybe we just need some suits and shades. We can ask your cosplay friends for some help next time. I don't know how many guy costumes they have, but we can always ask if Setsuko needs the help in the future. After all, they do like acting. So, how do you feel after that? I won't lie. That was pretty exciting. See? Told you it would be fine. Besides, we helped Setsuko out. Now that scumbag is going to leave her alone, everyone wins. Well, I suppose so, but it could have gotten pretty dangerous. It was a little scary before it turned out he was a total wimp. I wasn't scared. I never get scared when it comes to things like that. Really? Nope. Why not? Well, there's not really anything to be scared of. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to help people. A friend needed help, so I helped her. I mean, I get it, but at the same time... What is it? You're not even worried that something's going to happen to you one of these times? Why would I be? I'm doing what's right. Plus, the guy was a total pushover. This time, he's saying that maybe in the future, the guy won't be a total pushover. Yeah, but if that guy had pulled a knife out or something on us, that could have been a different story. And you have Ayumi to worry about. What would happen to her if something happened to you. For a moment, he has a faraway look. Well, I am careful, and I just want to make sure that people are protected. Besides, Ayumi knew I took this job, and she was okay with it. Maybe that just means that I need you to watch my back. After all, we do make a good team. I don't think he gets it at all. Why is he so fixated on protecting strangers when his own sister is alive and well and right in front of him? Is there a reason he feels like he can't be around her? Or a reason that he feels he has to be some sort of protector? I don't get it. I'm just saying, I think that Ayumi would be very sad if something happened to you. She cares about you a lot. Jin watches me for a moment. His face breaks into a broad smile. It makes me really happy to hear you say that. It sounds like you like my sister. I mean, she makes some pretty delicious food. Plus, she has a good head on her shoulders. It doesn't seem like he gets what I'm saying at all, but then maybe it's not my place to tell him how to raise his sister. All I know is I do like them both. They're good people, and it scares me that Jin doesn't take his safety a little more seriously. At least he should think about how it affects his sister. I barely noticed that Jin stepped a little closer to me. No, he didn't. Come on, I'll walk you home. He doesn't bring up the kiss, and I wonder if he'll try to, but he just drops me off. Part of me is a little disappointed and confused. I want to say something about it, but at the same time, I wonder if I should. I wonder if Jin's pace is way too much. He obviously likes the thrill of being able to help people and feel like he's in charge, but at the same time, I can't help but feel like he gets taken advantage of a lot. That also makes me worry for Ayumi. Does she get enough attention? Does he even realize that she's probably worried every time he's gone and taking care of other people? It's all so confusing, and for a moment, I wish I just had someone to talk to. But there's no one here that I know well enough, and there's no way that I'm calling my mom over something like this. Instead, I head inside and get ready for bed. After school, I head over to Jin's. At lunch, he asked if I wanted to come over for dinner, and since I had no other plans, I agreed. Besides, I kind of wanted to talk to his sister a little more and get to the bottom of some things. Detective Haru on the case, I see. I knock on the door and Ayumi answers. She looks like she's pretty busy. Hey, Jin's not home. Oh, he didn't tell you I was coming for dinner? No, but that's okay. I wasn't making anything too fancy anyway. I have my hands full. She opens the door fully, and I can see her holding a calico kitten. Oh, wow. I didn't know you guys had a cat. We don't. Jin found her last night. Oh. I need to find her a home. It's so cute. Don't you want to keep her? I don't like cats. Or we're not going to respond with I don't like cats. That's for sure. It's so cute. Sure, it's cute to play with or cuddle for a little while, but then you have to buy cat stuff or take her to the vet. These get troublesome. At least for most people. Well, good luck. Can I help you search for a new owner? Well, good luck. What a mean thing to say. Like, oh, I need help finding a place for the cat. Good luck with that. Not even offering help. We're going to help. Well, I don't know a lot of people, but maybe we could find her a home. Go door to door or something. She's a really cute cat. Someone will want to take her in. Ayumi stares at me a moment, and I think she's holding back tears. I'm not sure if she is sad at the thought of losing the cat or happy that she doesn't have to do this alone. Really? You'll help me? Well, yeah. I can't imagine it would be at all that fun to do alone. Yeah, it's not. Uh-oh. Something tells me that this isn't the first time that Jin's brought home a stray. Does this happen all the time? How many times has this kid had to find a kitty a new home? We hit the streets, and it's pretty slow going. I'm glad it's telling me it's the streets, because otherwise I could have mistaken it for a nightclub. We go door to door, and even though the general consensus is that the cat is indeed cute, no one really wants to take a cat in. An hour goes by, and I can tell that Ayumi is starting to get frustrated. What would I tell Ryu if it was him? Don't give up, it'll be okay. She looks so upset. I considered calling Suichiro to ask him if he wants a cat, but that would be too unfair. He's so polite he might say yes, even though he wouldn't mean it. We start walking back to Jin and Ayumi's house when I notice people I recognize in the distance. Hey, Haru! Oh, hi Midori. Hi, Anna. Anna nods quietly at me and looks over at Ayumi. What are you up to? And who's this? This is Ayumi, Jin's sister. We're actually trying to find a stray cat at home. Jin found her last night, but they can't keep her. Oh, that's too bad. I love cats. Suddenly, she gasps and tugs on Anna's sleeve, pointing excitedly at the kitten. Anna! OMG, it looks like Twinkle Star, Sailor Moon's familiar, doesn't it? Anna squints. It doesn't have the pink star spots on its cheeks, but it kind of does. That's so cool. Can I hold her? Sure, just be careful. She's really little. Of course. What is it? Uh-oh. I've never seen Midori look so hopeful before. Maybe. Anna, can we take the cat? I don't know if the apartment will let us have a cat. Besides, it's a pretty huge responsibility. Please, pretty please, Anna. Mr. Fukumori has a cat, so I'm sure we can have one too. Plus, look how cute it is. Imagine the cosplay pictures. Anna blushes and mumbles something under her breath. In front of people. But Haru already knew about us cosplaying, and I'm sure that Miss Ayumi here wouldn't think it was weird or anything. Ayumi looks between the both of them and shrugs. Does that mean you'll take her? I think so. We'll make it work, just like we always do. Anna doesn't look so sure, but at the same time, she also looks like just making Midori happy is making her happy. Ayumi makes them promise to feed the kitten good food and change her litter box regularly and get her spayed. She wasn't joking when she said there was a lot of care that goes into having a cat. We part ways, thankfully having completed our mission. Well, I'm glad we were able to find the kitty at home. Me too. I was worried. Does this happen a lot? Sometimes Jin sees a stray and he can't help but want to take it in. He's a sucker for helpless things. I've noticed. He seems to like acting like a real-life superhero. There's no acting to it. All he does is help other people. Oh, choices. Your brother is pretty cool, huh? Your brother is kind of reckless. Are you worried about your brother? Well, we wanted to, get down to the bottom of things, right? So we'll ask her, are you worried about your brother? Just based on the way Ayumi's pace slows, I can tell that I've said something troubling. Not worry, just sometimes I wish he didn't have to work so much. Sometimes it's hard not knowing where he is. You know, I have a little brother back home. Yeah? What's he like? I laugh. Really clumsy. He lives with my mom and stepdad. Do you miss him? Yeah, I mean, of course I do. I had to come here to go to the university. It was hard. Of course I love him and my mom. But sometimes if you feel like you belong elsewhere, you have to change it up. Was there something wrong with where he came from? Well, kind of. Let's just say I had my own issues. I was no stranger to bullies back home. A lot like your brother.
Ah, so that's why you have so much in common.
But I think it's different for him. He wants to help people. In my town, they just singled me out. So I kind of had to learn to fight back.
That really sucks.
Yeah, it really did. That's why I learned to defend myself. I stopped taking crack from other people. It's also part of why I dyed my hair. To be honest, I just wanted to be me. At least I wanted to be the me that felt more like myself than what everyone else was making me out to be.
I think I get it. Still, I'm sorry that happened to you. That's pretty bad.
It's okay. All in the past after all. It's a minor lie, but she's a kid. She doesn't need to know how hard I try to shove that all out of my mind.
Just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt. I mean, sometimes it feels like Jin doesn't want to think about things that have happened. That's why he's so busy all the time. He just wants to be happy and make other people happy. I love that about him, but I hate when other people use that against him.
What do you mean?
Sometimes he's just so clueless about everything. Like this girl at the nightclub that he works at. She talked him into buying this piece of junk watch so she could pay her rent. Told him that was made out of real silver. Of course it wasn't. So that month we really did eat nothing but ramen. We couldn't even make back the money on an online auction site.
I went because it's so entirely like Jin to trust someone like that. But at the same time, I wonder how he can be so gullible, especially with Ayumi in the picture. Yeah, that's definitely not great. You should be more attentive when you're concerned.
He's a great brother. That's not what I'm saying. He's a really good person.
I know you care about him very much. I'm just saying that you need to be able to count on him for things too. You're still a kid after all.
You're doing fine. I just meant...
Well, who is this person? They must be important because they have a sprite. Anyway, we'll end here. We'll figure out who this person is in the next episode. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. And have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.